What's up, fight fans? My name's Geena Lucille. I am your host for K2S Combat, and with me today is a special celebrity guest host, is John Keys from Guns Out TV.
Let's go.
What's up? How are you?
I'm doing great, Gina. Thank you so much for the gracious intro. Appreciate that. I don't know if I've reached celebrity status quite yet. I mean, maybe within the firearm space, it kind of feels like that sometimes. But we're growing constantly.
Well, they do have levels, so there's like A list, B list, C, D, E, F, G, H.
I would probably give myself a B minus.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
No.
G, like Guns Out T. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I like that. I like that. I like
Yeah.
creating my own lane. So you're right. I am a G-rated celebrity. I'm a G-list celebrity. Guns out. There we go.
Yes, Guns Out
Let's go.
G celebrity right here. John
Right,
Keys,
right,
everybody.
right. No, absolutely. I love it. I love it.
So
So,
we
Gina,
have,
this is my first time on camera with you. I'm new to the whole K2S audience. I don't know. What are we doing today?
well, today we have our lightweight Grand Prix contender for $100,000. We have Nasty Nate Williams, and he is going to be talking to us about how he feels about being in $100,000 Grand Prix.
That's
So I kind
awesome.
of want to, yeah, it's
Okay.
what we're
We
all
didn't do the
about.
thing. We didn't do the thing where you asked me to introduce myself though. I messed that up for you though. I did, didn't I?
It's okay.
I
Do you
did
want me
mess it up.
to? It's okay. No, you're a celebrity. You were like, okay.
Well, I can't do that. Whatever you just did, I can't do that. And I won't do that because I don't think men
You
should anyway.
you can't.
Yeah, that's not for men. Men don't do
For men.
that. But yeah, listen, I'm just happy to be here. Seriously though, I am an avid fight goer, mostly boxing. Boxing was my mainstay. I've never missed like for example, Floyd Mayweather was my favorite boxer of all time, right? And I after Arturo Gotti's fight, actually after Sean Bay Mitchell's fight, I've never missed a Floyd Mayweather fight ever. Not one single one, even the little exhibitions that he does now, because that's how much of a boxing fan I am and a fan of him. MMA, I'm fairly new to MMA, but it's just, I mean, I know all the greats from old, obviously, all the way back from like the Silvas and Frank Shamrock, Ken Shamrock, all those guys that kind of paved the way for
Yeah.
all of the other fight brands and things like that. But I just never really invested into MMA, right? But it's exploding on the scene. I'm talking about like MMA has been one of those things that even during the pandemic, MMA was full force out there in Dubai and what do they call
Hmm.
that? Like the cage or the island or wherever they put, they were still fighting because MMA is just hardcore like that. It's like a pandemic can't even stop MMA, right? So I've always had a very high respect for MMA. So I'm very excited to be a part of this. My background is obviously I'm a content creator in the firearm space with Guns Out TV. I've done some other things within media spaces as well. So this is going to be, I'm going to feel right at home, and I'm going to even feel more at home because, like I said, combat sports is a thing that I just really enjoy. I enjoy sports in general, but combat sports, it's just something about it. And I'm interested to bring to not only the K2S audience, but the Guns Out TV audience. I want to really
Yeah.
let people in on some of the nuances that go into MMA, some of the mindset things between the fighters, nuances within the business. So I'm going to be all in everybody's business. Just put it like that. That was my disclaimer that I'm going to be all in everybody's business. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I absolutely love that, and I hope that my audio. We were having some trouble with my audio, so I just want to make sure that I'm in here nice and clear. But no,
Mhm.
I mean you are the perfect fit for K2S Combat because you have that combat background. You are invested in sports, and I mean you're just an awesome host, and that's what the fans need to see, and that's what the fighters need to bring to the table. It's just more of a little bit more of an insight of what goes
Mhm.
on in MMA because it is a new
Yeah.
sport. Let's face it. I
Mhm.
mean, the UFC has only been out there for, they just celebrated their 30th year anniversary.
Mhm.
And what people don't know is there are levels to MMA. And just
Mhm.
like basketball, baseball, any sport, you have your interim level, you have your nationals, your regionals, then your big pro leagues and everything like that. So
Mhm.
K2S Combat is coming in more of a regional national level, but we are going to be one of the higher ranked due to how much we pay our fighters and what type of tournaments we offer.
Right.
So the guys that we have fighting for us are typically more of an underdog that wouldn't be asked to go to a big league, because if you're on the big leagues like scale, they want to make money off of those fighters, because let's face it, it's a business.
Mhm.
So the guys that we have in K2S Combat, they're record ruiners. Like, they don't have the bet, like their records. I'm not going to say their records are the best, because let's face
Mhm.
it, they go in there, they fight. You're going to lose, you're going to win, you're going to get a draw. But if you put one of our fighters against a fighter that you're trying to make money on, our
Right.
fighters might beat your fighter. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Listen, it's very interesting because I looked at some like the fight list on the fight cards, and a lot of these fighters, they seem like journeyman fighters. And listen, even in boxing, when I follow, when I was following Floyd Mayweather, it was like anytime he was fighting somebody that had like a record that wasn't an undefeated record like his, it was always like a risk. And everybody's like, I don't know why he would take that risk, because
Mm-hmm.
anybody with like a much worse record than yours, it's like, why would you even waste your time? Right. But yeah, that because that's the fighter that's going to put you on your ass. Like they just, he might put you
It
on your
could.
ass. So,
It
so no,
could.
it's just interesting. I always think that obviously fighters on a high stage are going to perform to that high level because they're on that high stage and because there's a lot to lose. But man, the fighters that are on their way to that stage, those guys, they're fighting for something a little more. It's a little more for
For
them.
Yeah. I mean, and some of these guys, especially who we're about to talk to, this is going to be their last couple years of fighting. So to
Mhm.
offer an opportunity like this to these guys, it's life changing. And
Yeah.
bringing you and the other co-hosts like Timmy Dunn and Black Rambo, we're offering them, their platform as well, so they can get
Mhm.
sponsorships and money and different
Mhm.
opportunities on a whole different level. I mean, these fighters have dedicated their lives to getting punched in the face and getting submitting people, and just
Right.
they're veterans, they're journeymen of the sport, just like the guys you
Right.
were talking about from the UFC, those veterans, those journeymen. We really need to treat those guys really good. And I'm not saying we're not bringing in young guys either, because we have a lot of young fighters, and we have just recently started signing fighters for 3-4 fight deals. um, I know the office and the matchmakers are working with managers and getting younger guys opportunities, and guys from other countries too. So getting them P1 visas.
Mhm.
So we're doing so much so early on, and we haven't even had our first show yet.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
wild.
that's dope. That's dope. I love to be a part of something that's blazing the trail, that's either adding value or disrupting a current industry. So this is right up my alley. So again, thanks for the
Yes.
opportunity. And I'm just happy to be here. So let's go. Who we bringing? Who we
Let's do
talking to
this.
tonight?
Okay, so tonight we have our $100,000 lightweight contender, Nate Williams. He is the main event in Atlanta at April 15th, and he trains at American Top Team Lima, which is right outside of Atlanta. So he's a hometown guy, and he's going to bring the crowd. He is a veteran. He has fought in NFC, PFL. I mean, this guy, it gives you goosebumps, because, again, he's one of those guys who has dedicated himself to the sport, and
Hmm.
I have seen him fight in previous promotions that I have worked for. And the
Hmm.
dude is gnarly. Like, they don't call him Nasty Nate Williams for nothing. I mean, the man's nasty.
Well,
He's
trust me, I was
mean.
going to ask him. I was going to ask him to
Yeah.
explain his his prefix there,
Like
Mr.
what?
Nasty Nate.
Oh, I
I don't know
love
what type
doing
of stuff.
that.
I don't know what type of stuff you into, Nate, but we're gonna find out tonight.
I love asking fighters, like, how did you get your nickname? You know?
Right, right, right. Well, that's what's up. Well, without further
Yeah.
ado, there's the man
There he
himself, Mr.
is.
Nasty Nate
Man.
Williams. So, listen, man. Look, Geena, this is my show now. Taking over. All right, I'm
Yours.
gonna do my
Yep. I'm
thing.
just here.
So Nate, listen.
It's good.
Tell me about Nasty Nate. Before we get into anything else, I got a whole bunch of other questions for you. But why do they call you Nasty? Who gave you that name? When did you earn it?
Man, I wish I had some cool story. Like, yeah, when I was in the trenches and I got it out the mud. Nah, really, shout out to my boy DeMarco S. Jackson, one of my best friends, one of my old training partners. He trained down there at it's now Killcliff MMA. But he was up here at the gym when we were here in Georgia performing a gym called X3 Sports. And I was just at a fight. I was an amateur. We were back in Mississippi actually, and the announcer came backstage and he was like, "Hey man, what's your name?" And I was like, "Nathan Williams." And he was like, "You don't have a nickname?" And I was like, "Nah, my boy, he always Nasty Nate from Half Baked, like taking the cornbread. You ain't gonna get my cornbread, Nasty Nate." So he would always like joke around with that, and I just was like, man, I hate that name, but he was like Nasty, and the promoter, Matt, the announcer, was like, "You want me to like gargle when I say it, Nasty Nate?" My boy was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, do that shit." And I'm like, "All right, man, whatever, fuck it, let's do it." And then I actually won that fight, and it kind of just stuck with me. And shit, what was that, like 7 years later? Here we go, embracing the whole name. Man.
I think everybody. I think that's a good name because it's familiar. I mean, everybody's heard if somebody's named Nate, I feel like they just inherit the nasty part.
It's a few. It's like Nate the Great, Nasty Nate. It's like Nate the Great, Nasty Nate.
Yeah.
It's a few little cliche names you can come up with, but Nasty Nate. That's all me. When you Google Nasty Nate, I come up. So
you're right, because that's what happened. I look when I Googled Nathan Williams, there were other faces that came up as well with yours.
Yeah, Teddy Bear.
But then when I put Nasty Nate, you was right there at the top. So I was like, damn, he must be real. He must really be nasty.
Yeah, man. Anybody else try to claim the name, they false claiming. That's mine.
That's what's up, dog. Hey, look, man. I you don't have an OnlyFans, do you? I hope.
I might need to start one. Yeah, they OnlyFans is going crazy. Hey, they always ask me, like, because I'm a firefighter, so we have what's called radio straps. Some firefighters, but we always have to keep a radio on it. So I got a radio strap. Yeah, just a little accessory. You know what I'm saying? But it has my name, my fight name on the back, Nasty Nate. So like every time I walk in, like people that just, ladies are always like, I just got
of course.
Why is your name Nasty Nate? You know what I'm saying? Or like, I think it's on my caller ID too on my phone. So like I'll call and like random people like pick up and they be like, Nasty Nate? I just wonder what that's about, so.
What?
We taking it on.
Nate over here is doing a sex line over. Oh my God.
Hey man, look.
He's a little tall girl.
Nate,
Nasty Nate World Tour.
Until you said firefighter, until we can attach something like that to your resume, like they probably could believe that. They would probably believe that. But we know you're a firefighter, man. Like you, first off, thank you for your service, because what you do as a firefighter, man, like that, I was 12 years a Marine. So I know what it's like to, give my life in service to the country. And, as a firefighter, man, like you're going into like the abyss and you never know when it'll happen. And so just listen, man, congratulations to you for having the heart to do that. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you're a firefighter. Of course, you got the heart to be an MMA fighter, Yeah. So fighting a fire is way more dangerous than fighting somebody in the ring. I'm sorry.
For sure. Not for sure.
Yeah, man, no doubt. But anyway, just to give a quick background, Nate Williams, 35 years old, father and a firefighter, fighting MMA since 2014, Nate, right?
Yeah, I made my amateur debut, I want to say 2014.
Okay, amateur debut 2014, 5 amateur fights before turning pro.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and current pro record is 17 wins and 12 losses, right?
I wish 14 and 10. Oh, yeah, they done added some stuff to my.
Wait a minute, dog. Wait, hold up now. Wikipedia was wrong.
Yeah,
no, overall record. Yeah, so we have overall record is 17.
Overall, you added that.
Yes.
There we go.
Those are your wins, man. Bellator adds them, so we're gonna add them.
Yeah, real talk. Go ahead, man. Look, there's less is more and more is more. And in this case, more is more.
All right, shit, fuck it. 17 dubs, man. Let's get it.
17.
Yeah.
Yep.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Well, that's what's up, man. So listen, you are the main event for this Grand Prix. I mean, arguably, this Grand Prix couldn't exist without the main event. So it couldn't exist without you, Nate. So how does that make you feel? Like, what does that do for you on the inside, knowing you're the main event, you're in part the reason why this event is even taking place? How does that make you feel, man?
This is where I'm supposed to be. This is where I belong. I was talking to Robert, my boy Robert. Shout out to my boy Robert King Hill. He's on the card too.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Robert the other day, and I was like, bro, you realize that in the last like 6 years, we've only fought co-main or main event fights. You know what I'm saying? So this is just another, you know. The only time I haven't fought main event or co-main event was when I fought in the PFL, and I was a switch up, and I was the first fight on the card, and I was like, oh man, I haven't fought before 7:30 in years. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool, but just another day in the office for real. Like I said, I've been main event since my fourth fight when I won an NFC belt. Back in what was that 2016, 2017. You know, this is what we do. Main event, we the show, we put the show on. We are the show. When I mean me, my team. You see the squad, Team LIMA. You already know. We out here, best team on this side of Mason-Dixon line. So, you know, it's just this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm coming in, I'm gonna light the cage on fire, metaphorically, and you know, and we're gonna do it. So
I'm all about it. I'm all about that, man. That's what's up, man. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to this. So you're fighting Jeremiah Scott. Right? Now I looked this guy up. He's giving me some real grandiose vibes, you know, like he could talk shit with the best of them. You know, he just won his last fight, so it sounds like he might be able to back that up. I don't know how are you feeling about Jeremiah Scott? How are you feeling about being paired up against him, and what do you think the outcome is going to be?
I call him About Time Shawty. This is my boy About Time Shawty. About time he's stepping up to fight me. Jeremiah got history, man. I've been on the same cars with Jeremiah for years. I've tried to fight Jeremiah a couple times. Jeremiah started to make the excuse he wanted to say I'm old and I'm irrelevant and nobody sit down because nobody wants to. I'm not in the contention anymore. And I'm like, bro, you know my name, you know who I am, and my name is ranking over yours. And if you go look at the rankings, I think I'm ranked over you in everything. So how am I? I'm talking. Daddy's talking. Oh, shout out to my offspring. Say what's up.
What's up, little man? How you doing, buddy?
All right, Daddy's talking. Goes up. So yeah, he's always known who I am. Try to call me old, but you know, I'm not too old to whoop that ass. So he's explosive. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah's explosive. He's a dangerous fighter. They all have. Everybody comes in and thinks they have something that they can do. I mean, but without the skill set I bring to the table, they can't stop it. I mean, they know I'm going to come in there, and they know I'm going to close the distance, throw combinations, and they know I'm going to eventually take them down. So either they're going to shoot, I'm going to make them shoot, I'm going to stuff it, and I'm going to take them down and take their back, or I'm going to set my takedowns up, and I'm going to take them down. And that's what they all are fearful about because they know I got the black belt. Once I get to the ground, it's a wrap. Once I put my hands on you, you know, I have a special skill set that lets me choke people with my bare hands. So
yeah, what is that skill set? What is your, I guess, the foundation of your fight skill?
I've been wrestling since I was 12. So doing that, wrestled, got third my senior year in high school. Got a scholarship to a small Division I school called Gardner Webb. Wrestled up there for about a year and a half. It got expensive, and I was only on a partial. So transferred out, got my degree, and then I was just, you know, trying to still find something to do. Came, graduated, looked up closer gym to me, X3 Sports. 10 years later, I got a black belt in jiu-jitsu now. So now I have a wrestling background on top of with a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So I can take you down to the ground and I can keep you there and choke you. Yeah. But also during those 10 years, Mighty Mouse is my idol. Mighty Mouse Demetrius, Mighty Mouse Johnson, and John Jones. So these guys, they both can switch southpaw orthodox fluently. They switch often throughout the fights. They can fight. Their southpaw looks eerily similar to their orthodox. Yeah. They also wrestle. They can fight everywhere in the clinch, Muay Thai. They can box. They can, you know what I'm saying? They can do it. So I go out there to emulate both of those guys. So now I've picked up the striking. I can strike southpaw orthodox. I can Muay Thai, whatever, boxing, whatever you want to do, I can do it. So I'm well rounded in all facets of the game, and that's what's scary. Because I mean, Jeremiah, you know, like I said, he's explosive, he's dangerous, but he's a striker. So I mean, you know, he doesn't have takedown threats. His takedown defense, I mean, subpar at best, So he's worried. He's gonna be on the back foot because he's gonna be worried about my takedowns the entire time. And me, I can just take the fight wherever. So I'm gonna be open, fluid like water, letting stuff fly, letting stuff go, and we just gonna be out there having fun, putting the show on, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. With that commentary you just laid on us, I'm kind of you got me a believer. I'm
going
a
down.
believer at this point.
It's going down. Have you seen
tell
the
you've been visualizing that.
No, seriously, like that was so.
Of training.
Yeah.
Nate's a veteran. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, Nate, you definitely took me there with that description, and it made a lot of sense. So you basically saying that he's more of a single dimension fighter, while you're a multi-dimensional fighter, and that's the one thing that I've loved and hated that about UFC and Bellator and all these other, big fight leagues and just MMA in general, is like, because you can have so many weapons, you can have so many strategic advantages. It's like the fight can literally be over in 13 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then also at the same time, because you have so many weapons and so many strategic advantages, sometimes the fight will go the distance and it won't necessarily be explosive because you're on guard for so many things. So, for example, him as a limited striker, as you say, and you as a multidimensional fighter, it's like going into that, it's like if your defense is impeccable and he knows that he can't land his strikes, then he's going to be more cautious. And then it's going to be up to you to be the aggressor. And it's all about if you're going to be that aggressor, whether or not that fight is going to turn out to be explosive. So with that being said, what do you predict? Like, what is your prediction on this fight as far as the explosivity and then the overall outcome and win?
I'm coming forward. I'm taking the center of the cage, and I'm going to walk him down, throwing combinations, and whatever he chooses is going to be led to his ultimate demise. Like I said, if he chooses to strike, throw kicks, that's what the thing about a wrestler is. Like, you can throw a leg kick, you can throw a body kick. We catch it, we take you down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if you sat there and you fight off your back foot, it's hard to defend takedowns on your back foot. So you're going to get taken down. Or if you want to strike and bang and come forward, you're going to do that too. So it's like, either way.
I remember that fight. I remember not your last fight, but one of your last fights with Chuka Wills.
Mm-hmm.
And it went to decision, but that was such an impressive fight. And I do not call that fight unanimous. That was definitely a split decision fight without a doubt. I honestly, at one point, I was like, man, Nate is going to win this. Yeah,
I was that fight, man. Chuka, man, shout out to Chuka. Chuka's, me and him, we cool, we the homies. Great competitor. That was a good fight. Nothing taking away, nothing from him. I was in a just transitional phase in that, going through that. I was going through a divorce. I had quit. I had left the fire department for a minute, just trying to make the marriage work. You know what I'm saying? So I was going through some stuff at the house. And actually transitioning gyms. I had outgrown the previous gym that I was at, so my training was kind of stagnant. So all that kind of accumulated into the fight, that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from Chuka, but if you even go back and watch that fight, the commentary, they're talking about how flat I am. Like, I've never seen Nate this flat. I've never seen Nate like this before. Something's got to be going on. You know what I'm saying? But unbeknownst to everybody else, a lot was going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the apartment by myself that I used to have, being there with a family, you know what I'm saying? And I left the fire department. So stuff was actually going on, you know what I'm saying? But
well,
like
I think what worries people, though, as a fighter, is that if that was your worst night, everybody's in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. I need to see that. I feel like I need that context to really understand who I'm talking to right now, because
I'll send you the fight.
Yeah, send me that, because Nate.
Hey, look, matter of fact, you ain't even got to send it. Just go on YouTube and type Nasty Nate.
There we go.
That's what I was gonna do anyways, Nate. Come on,
Nate, don't make me put this thing up right now, Nate. I'll pull it up. I'll put it on the screen, but we ain't gonna do that because we might be here all night if I do that. Then we'll start. Yeah, man. But listen, when you were describing that, though, it's like adversity in a situation like that is either going to be the fuel that, if you can find a way to channel that, it'll be the fuel that'll kind of make you like a juggernaut. It'll kind of make you impregnable, because it's like you're already so low. It's like, I'm about to run through this guy. But then in other cases, depending on how it strikes you emotionally and how much of your spirit is actually involved in that, it could kind of, it definitely could be a distraction. It definitely could, you know, especially if it's a new space, if it's a new occurrence. And I mean, trust me, you know, I know a divorce is a big deal, man. You know, people may not really, obviously, if you're not married or if you've never been married, you might not know. And people that are married and never been divorced, they won't know either. But like, yeah, divorce, it could take a heavy toll. It's a lot. It's like your whole life structure and DNA is changing at that point. So I totally get how something like that could be a distraction. And according to Geena, like she's saying, you know, if you perform the way that she's alluding to, then yeah, I could see that being something that somebody might want to be a little cautious. It's like, wow, this man, you know, at a time where he could have been completely mentally out of it, he still was able to hold his own. Yeah, there's something to be said about that. And I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that you went through that, I guarantee you, there's probably nothing else that could take you out of that zone at this point, right?
Oh yeah. It's I mean, we're in a good point now. Like I said, we got a good co-parenting relationship. The divorce lawyer was like, man, I'm surprised how good you guys actually worked well together, because she's seen it get real ugly. So, you know, things, it sounds like it's a bad situation, but things are really on the up and up, you know. So it's I just got a house now, you know, upgraded my truck. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
make more money at the fire department.
There
You know
we
what I'm saying?
go.
I'm about to fight for $100,000. So
yeah.
stuff is on the up and up on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Her loss. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you fighting for $100,000? Yep, sure is. So
show is.
Yeah. After the divorce went through. Oh gosh.
Hey man, make sure you keep your affairs in order once you get that prize money, okay?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. For sure.
We might need to start a Nasty Nate Foundation so nobody can touch your cash, bro. For real.
It's going to the kids' account, so they can't touch it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. You look, Nate. I mean, bro, I really like your energy, man. You seem really authentic, and I think, you know, authentic is in right now, man. Authentic is in. People want to buy into authenticity, and it just seems like, you know, you're that guy. So, you know, listen, man, I wish you the best, bro. I'm looking forward to an explosive fight night, man. This is my first time. I've been ringside before. It was boxing. It wasn't MMA, but to be ringside on this night, you know, knowing that I've already spoke to you, I got a feel for who you are and everything, man. And this is going to be exciting, man. I'm going to try not to be biased. I can't guarantee it, though. I can't guarantee it. But we'll see, because I get to talk to Jeremiah in like a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. You know, I have to be non-biased, like good media. I'm going to say good media, because all media is not non-biased, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, it's all good. You know, like I said, I'm just doing this, man. I got a different story. I'm doing this for the people. Like, I didn't grow up struggling. My parents, preachers, principals. I'm the PK squared kid. You know, I live in a upper middle class. I went to college. You know what I'm saying? So like, I got a different story. And not saying that anybody who has the struggle story isn't.
Oh, no, for sure.
But you don't hear a story like mine every day where I'm like, I didn't have a troubled background. I got both parents at the crib. I only started fighting because I was bored and was working as a teacher. And I was like, you know what? I still want to compete.
It kind of means you're crazy, Nate.
Yeah, I think so. You know what I'm saying?
No, real talk.
For all them people who didn't go through the struggle, but still has aspirations to do something great. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing it for.
No, I love that, man. I actually love that. You know, I think that, so again, being a huge boxing fan, I don't know if you ever heard of the show Contender. It was hosted by Sylvester Stallone and Sugar Ray Leonard. And man, I don't know why that show got canceled, because it was like, oh my God, that show was my favorite show, because you got to see guys that had careers, you know, lawyers, doctors, smart guys with PhDs, and they're fighters, and they're skilled fighters. And, you know, first off, it's like people have this misconception that if you're a fighter, it's like you're either dumb as rocks or you're a genius, right? It's like it's those two parallels, because you're the dumb as rocks and that's all you can do is fight, or you're a genius and you're so damn smart that you want something extreme. You need to be you need to be stimulated in some extreme way. And I think that's kind of true. But it sounds like to me you're kind of like, a blend of the middle ground. It's like you're an intelligent guy, you're an accomplished guy, you come from a great family, you didn't really have the struggle, but at the same time you got this grittiness about you. So I just like when you get people and you take them out of the box and you find out exactly who they are and what they're about. And I like the fact that you're doing this for people that are in the struggle, that's not in the struggle. Man, look, you represent ATL. I know they better come out. They better come out in
Oh, it's
droves
gonna be
and
a
show some
packed
love. And I know
house.
how ATL does. I
Trust
know how
me.
ATL does, bro. Like anytime, I don't know what it is about ATL. Anytime there's any type of a showing or something and it's a hometown type situation, bro, it's like the line is wrapped around the building 11 times. So I already know what it is, man. So I'm telling you, man, I'm looking forward to a really, really great night on April 15th. And it is what it is, Geena. What you got for me, Geena?
Well, I mean, shit, man. Tickets come out soon. I was dealing with the Gateway Arena today, so we got all the VIP and celebrity tables. The walkout is going to be so epic. You guys are getting, private locker rooms. I mean, we're really treating you guys like A grade, which you are, And I actually, Nate, I had a question for you because you have been to the PFL. You've seen how they treat their people. They treat their people really well, and that's what we want to do here at K2S Combat. How is it fighting for not just 100,000, because we wanted to make sure the fighters show up and get paid properly. So and everyone's getting paid the same for the main event. You get 3,000 to show, 3,000 to win, and you advance to the finale. How does that compare to other shows that you've fought for, like the PFL?
This is great. This is amazing. PFL, they pay decent. I don't care about disclosing numbers. I made 5-5 fighting for the 10-10. I lied. 5-5. Jesus Christ. It was 10-10 fighting for the PFL. But this is what you guys are doing here at K2S Combat, man. This is amazing. This is the highest pay scale that on the regional scene. Besides the upper scale promotions, because even if you fight, like I fought for LFA before, and even if you fight on LFA is still paying regional level dollars. So you see guys fighting for the main event on LFA, UFC Fight Pass, or even Icon, Jorge Masvidal's Icon. I just fought for them too on UFC Fight Pass, and I was the main event there, and I made $1,250 a show, $1,250 to win. So what you guys are throwing out here, and then for K2S Combat is doubling, what anybody else is paying, on the local scene. So I mean, it's a blessing to be a part of it, to be considered, honored to be in the main event, just to be a part of the whole inaugural show, man. That speaks volumes to me, and that just shows, that y'all are smart, number one, because y'all knew what to come to. But
I was waiting for it, Nate. I was waiting for it.
But also,
Hey,
I
that name
appreciate
popped
it,
up on my caller ID. I was like, hey, you guys need Nasty Nate.
Nah, for sure. So, nah, man, it's big, man. I appreciate it, and like I said, you're gonna see. We bring a crowd out every time. That's why the NFC loves to host us at home, because they know once people see Robert Hill on the card, once people see Nathan Williams on the card, and now my boy Benny Sola, he's becoming an Atlanta name too, and he's out here. He just getting ready to fight his second pro fight. So just the combination of us three alone is it's gonna pop, man. It's gonna boom. So
Oh, for
it's I
sure.
just
And so,
appreciate the opportunity.
I also wanted to ask you, you're a veteran of the sport and you have seen lots of promotions. The fact that we're bringing in the celebrities to the show for the fans and for their platforms, and we're just combining and integrating everybody. What type of outcome do you think that's going to make? Like, how is that going to be different from any other show that's out there right now?
I think that's gonna give K2S Combat a lot of hate. But hate is a good thing, because other promotions are gonna right now. We're new, you're new. So those are promotions who've been around for a little while longer, who've kind of made a staple in the regional scene, they're not kind of worried right now because they're like, oh yeah, another promotion. We've seen these promotions come and go within a year. They have this great business plan of paying fighters, yada yada yada, and then they go bankrupt or whatever the case may be. They spiral out of control. So right now, I think right now they have an ear to it because they've been seeing us broadcast it out there, put it out there, put the content out there, get starting to create that buzz. But I think they're not really worried about it just yet. But once the show happens, once they see the production value, once the word gets out there, oh man, it was an amazing event. They put on great shows and paying fighters there. You know what I'm saying? Once that word gets out there, then I think you guys are going to start to get hate from those local promotions who, who you just kind of
Bring it.
yeah, stepped up and was like, hey, we here. You know what I'm saying? Because, not to
Yeah.
bring up old news, but A64 had done something similar. Not on the production level, not on the celebrity value, but A64 was out here and they were a promotion in South Carolina, and hence the A64 area code. They were paying fighters double of what any local scene was paying, you know what I'm saying? And I was on their inaugural card, and of course, at first they went under the radar, but then once the names start coming out, fighters start jumping ship, coming to A64, everybody told me they wanted to fight for A64, then they started getting a lot of hate, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of see that going on, but once they see like you said, the celebrity backing that we guys truly have, they're gonna have no choice but to just get on board or get out the way. You know what I'm saying?
And
And I
that's,
love it.
yeah. And that's kind of I mean, I'm passionate about that because I've been in the MMA world for quite some time. And I'm a professional athlete myself. John can, appreciate that as well because he's in the performance business. I mean, like Rambo, the same thing with Rambo. If you watch the interview with him and Timmy Dunn, I mean, we're all performers, we're all athletes. And without us, there wouldn't be a show. And so, not that, it is a business, so we have to make money, like the house has to make money, but we can make that from other platforms besides taking money from the fighters, the actual entertainers. And I think that's really important. And we're also, because we focus with the celebrities and the fighters, it opens up new avenues for networks. Like we're being shopped out to 3 different networks right now. As soon as they see our first show, that's where that more backing comes from. But we couldn't have that without you and myself. We wouldn't have no content, So I really appreciate both of you guys for being here and doing this with, all of us. I mean, because without all of us, it wouldn't happen.
Not for sure. I appreciate y'all because I'm conceited, so I like talking on the camera. I like being in front of the camera. You say, hey Nate, we finna come over here and talk about yourself. I'm like, okay. Okay, you sure? Because I can go. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me and my
Careful
natural
what you
element.
ask for.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be
that's
on
why I was
camera a lot
glad
now.
send it. That's why I said send it, man. When they came out here to ATT LIMA, man, some people were like, man, you really talking, you really popping off. But other people like who really know it was like, nah, that's just how Nate is. Like, he talks like that in the gym all the time. It's just there's never cameras there. But now it's cameras here. Y'all just getting a glimpse to see my everyday life. You know what I'm saying? How we do things. So just
Well,
strap in, man.
We are gonna be down there. So you got your man right here, John Keys. He's gonna be doing the whole segment that we're releasing March 18th is gonna be you and Jeremiah with John. And you sprinkle a little bit of Geena Lucille in there, so
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that too, man. Like I definitely want to come and I want to see what your gym looks like. I want to see what your sparring routine looks like. I want to spar with you. I want you to kick the shit out of me for, just a little bit.
I'll be nice. I got you because you shoot guns. So
yeah. Hey, and with that being said, I'm gonna bring some toys. So
okay.
if you're open to it, we can go to the range and I could, see what your proficiency is like, show you some things.
I got an AR-15. It's a Panther Arms. It ain't nothing special. I changed the picking. I put a picking in the rail system on, and I got a foregrip and a laser red eye scope. So I got a little something, but I ain't on your level or Black Rambo, but I got a little something. I got a 9 that I carry, that I carry all the time. So I'm pro gun advocate. So yeah, definitely
That's
Let's
what's
go shoot
up.
some
That's
shit
what's up.
up.
Well,
Let's go
that's
do it,
good to
man.
hear, man. Because we're gonna have a good time when we go to range, man. I'm gonna definitely show you some things, man. And just like I have an appreciation for your sport, I'm gonna definitely try to make you have an appreciation for the skills of shooting sports
No, I
because
definitely do. I definitely do. I actually wanted to be a SEAL. Growing up, I was actually, when I was going through this whole divorce thing, I was going to go to the Air Force. I had worked with a
Oh
recruiter,
wow.
and I was going special warfare in the Air Force. So
Mhm.
shooting, kicking down doors, chasing people, all that. Like, I am so into clearing rooms,
So you're an adrenaline
everything
junkie on the low.
on the high.
Uh, on the high. Yeah, look, I was about to retract that statement because for real, I don't know that we've heard anything that would suggest that you're not open about the fact that you will give somebody the business.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, like I said, I haven't been at my last street fight was in 6th grade. So
Mhm.
I've been in 2 fights in my life outside of the cage. So like, when it comes to that, I'm not first swing. I mean, I'll pop it off. I got a loud mouth, but
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy, but I like to push the envelope on things. Skydiving, scuba diving,
Oh, that's
anything that has
dope.
some adrenaline stuff. Let's do it. I'm with it.
That's
Let's get it.
awesome.
That's what's up, man. Dude, this is gonna be awesome, man. I'm really excited about this. Shout out to K2S Combat for bringing me on board. Shout out to Geena for having that faith and confidence in me to bring value to this whole platform. And I'm more motivated now that I've actually met one of the fighters and the main card fighter at that. So as we continue, as my journey down this MMA rabbit hole continues, man, I'm just gonna soak everything up and really try to embrace the culture as much as I possibly can because it's something that I enjoy, man. I'm a big sports fan. I'm a big combat sports fan, and obviously a fan of just combat in general. I'm not, like I said, I'm not out here looking for it, but at the end of the day, I love the fact that I know that I'm capable, right?
Mhm.
So
You'd
yeah,
rather
man.
be a warrior in the garden than a gardener
And a
who is
guardian in a
playing
war.
warrior.
There you go, bro. For
Love that.
real, man.
It's like the
Yeah.
best quote ever.
Nah, for sure.
Nate, where do last we're just gonna tie up on this one, I think. What is your prediction? And we're gonna ask everybody this. I spoke with CJ Ground Shark Hunter over the weekend, but what is your
I'm gonna
prediction?
fight CJ.
You want
I'm
to
a,
fight CJ?
yeah, he's a ground shark. I got a black belt. He got a black belt.
Oh, that would be
Nah,
so badass.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. Most
Where do
heavyweights
you,
are
okay,
by
so
submission.
in the bracket, where do you see the bracket going? Like, how do you see it ending up?
I see everybody getting finished by Nate. That's what I see. I just, you know,
bruh,
I'm just
bruh,
saying.
that was I gotta be
Bruh.
honest with you, bro. I gotta be honest with you, bro. That was a cold response, bro. That was
They
good.
Yeah.
worried. Everybody, they worried. They once
He's
they
as
saw my
cold
name in
as
the thing.
ice.
Once they saw my name in there, they was like, "Oh shit!" I
Mhm.
guarantee you. And if they ain't say "Oh shit," they lying. They lying.
Hey, we
They all
had to
knew
pay
who I
everybody
was.
a lot of money to fight you.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
oh,
it,
Nate,
and it,
you giving me
Gina
ammo.
can tell you my name was offered to a couple people, and a couple
Hmm.
people, even though they saw the dollar signs, was like, "Oh no, this is not a good fight for my name."
Yes.
Yada
Yeah.
yada yada. So they know
Yada
who I
yada
am.
yada. See, he's
Yada
the yada
yada.
yada guy.
I'm
They
not
know
going
who
to.
I am. They know
We're
what's
not
up.
going to even bring up that inside joke.
Oh,
So they
Nate's
worried,
yeah.
man.
Wait, this way.
And if they tell you
This
they're not
yeah.
worried, they lying.
They
If they tell
lying.
you they're not worried, they lying.
Oh,
So
you just gave me some ammo because now I'm gonna ask everybody. I'm like, look, man, they say you take all y'all, man. What you think about that?
you're gonna be like, "Oh
What
yeah,
do you think about
Nate,
it?
Nate, at the end of my night of commentary and interviewing fighters, you gonna have every fighter trying to sign up. Oh, Nate, John told me you want the business. We'll
good."
see.
Because what at the end of the day, what they gonna do? Get mad and do what? Fight me? Okay,
Yeah,
cool. What?
let's do it. Let's do it. It's
This
income
ain't
at the
getting
end
it.
of the
Fight me.
day, baby.
Nate only
You know what I'm
fights for
saying?
money. He doesn't fight for
Yeah, I only
free.
fight for money though.
Prize fighter, bro. Hey,
Yeah.
look, fight for that prize, bro. Get that prize for real. That's what's up, man. Look, man, I've really enjoyed this. This has been great. I think this is a great intro for me to what's to come. I'm looking forward to meeting you down in Atlanta, bro. Going to your gym, training with you a little bit, taking you to my gym, training you a little bit, and seeing what Geena gonna do behind the firearm. That's gonna be cool too. So
Oh
so
yeah.
yeah, man, we're gonna have a lot of fun, man. This is gonna be a great journey leading up to April 15th. if you're not in Atlanta on April 15th, then you better be tuned in to Fight TV because that's where this thing is airing. Geena, is it airing anywhere else other than Fight TV?
No, we are exclusive at the moment with Fight TV and just live. But I mean, we only have 5,000 tickets.
Okay.
And it's gonna like I already know once they drop like 25, probably about 2,000 are gonna be gone in the first couple days.
Yeah.
There's so many people. There's so much buzz about it because it's gonna
Yeah.
be a show. Like it's gonna be fun for you to watch on Fight TV where you're gonna be like, man, I wish I was fucking there because it's just gonna
Yeah.
be epic. And I've done
Yeah.
a lot of MMA shows. I've been to a lot of MMA shows. And John, wait till you sit cage side because we're gonna have cameras on you guys as like our reaction.
So you get to see all the
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I get to have my Joe Rogan moment.
Yes. Well, and when we go down to Atlanta, I believe I will have the belt at that time. So this will actually be the first $100,000 lightweight Grand Prix winner, like tournament winner, period. But they will be belted as the first champion for K2S Combat.
That's
keep it
huge,
shining for
Nate.
me.
Let's
Keep it
go.
shining for me. Keep it shining for me.
There you
Last
go.
time
Keep that
they
energy,
put the
Nate.
belt on the line, an event I was in, I told him before I was going to walk home with it, and I walked home with it. So I'm just saying.
Hey man, claim it, visualize it, bro. I'm feeling the vibe, bro. I'm excited. This is gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, the interesting thing, Geena, is that literally, like all of my colleagues and even the followers and subscribers that we have on our platform, a lot of people have said that they want to come to this event and they're gonna come to this event. So, like Geena said, there's only 5,000 tickets, and I'm getting a lot of feedback saying a lot of people that want to travel. They're all in the tri-state area, so it's probably like a short drive for them. So don't sleep on those tickets. Please don't sleep on those tickets.
Yeah, I
Especially
got the
those
Cash County
Rambo
Fire
fans.
Department coming out. The
Wow.
fire department coming out in droves.
Oh, I bet. Oh, I can only
Yeah,
imagine,
dude, the
bro.
fire
For
department coming
real.
out in
That's gonna be
droves.
crazy. I'm gonna go mosh pit with the fire department whenever you're coming out, bro. I'm gonna be right there with the fire department. Yeah. That's gonna be
So
dope.
you already
That's
know
gonna
that's
be
going
dope.
crazy. Yeah, they was like, "Oh, you in the city? Oh, we coming. We coming." Like my
Yeah,
my
dog.
my my battalion chief is on it. He's like,
Bro,
"Yeah,
they should
okay.
pull the trucks up, bro. They should pull the trucks up outside the arena.
We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can.
Yeah, bro.
What
I
we
think
can.
that
What
would
we
be
can.
dope. You know what I'm saying? Throw up a nasty Nate banner. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that'd be
That'll be
dope, man.
dope. That'll be dope. We'll see what we can
Yeah, there
cook
you
up.
go. All right. Well, look, man, we on the fly with it now, man. It's good. I'm just telling you, we adding things to this event. We're gonna make it just like Nate said. It's gonna pop, man. So just don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. One way or another, either in person or on Fight TV. Geena, you got the floor. Take us out of here.
I mean, I really don't even know what else to say, but thank you guys so much for being here. Nate, again, thank you so much for being a part of K2S Combat. We are so honored to have you on as our main event and one of our fighters. And John Keys, I mean, come on, man, you John Keys. What else is there to say?
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, guys, I'm your host, Geena Lucille, and that is it for K2S Combat exclusive interviews. We'll be dropping here soon with Guns Out TV, John Keys, and Nasty Nate Williams.